All right, welcome back, everybody, to segment two of Science and Kirk Terp Talk. And some good news this week on the Ravens front, and a good win on Sunday, Carl. I was really happy to see Tyler Huntley have a really good game, and it just made me feel good for him. Because he asked back on this team, even as a third string quarterback, he wanted back in.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh liked him a lot, brought him back, and he got paid off on Sunday because that game, listen, they didn't want to play Lamar 2 games in 5 days. And that game was the season, in my opinion. And he really came through, didn't he?
Best game we've ever seen Tyler Huntley play. I mean, I know it's a joke to say he's a Pro Bowl quarterback because he made it during the COVID season,
Oh, that was
of
ridiculous.
course, but I've always liked him as a backup. I mean, but for that fumble in the playoff game against Cincinnati, he would have won a playoff game. I mean, he can play. He keeps us competitive. I still do not understand how they didn't make a change either before the Rams game or after the first quarter of the Rams game. It was obvious, I think, to everybody that Cooper is just not a fit here. And, Tyler is. And I
Yeah,
know the team loves him. Like, what they call him, Snoop, right? I mean, I know they
right,
love
Snoop.
him.
They didn't have time to mess with Cooper Rush, but let's move on from that
Yeah, I
because
agree.
it's not even worth talking
But
about.
that,
It was
that
a
was just a great
stupid.
game.
How about stupid? It
How
was
about
just a
stupid?
bad pick.
Yes.
They took 5 million, threw it out the window, and we got two losses. Okay,
Yep.
that we could have won both games. We could have won one of them anyway.
I mean,
Houston was pretty good that day.
I think we should start with the tip of the cap to the two coordinators.
Yes, who have taken
Okay.
a lot of heat.
Yep. And look, the defense 2 weeks in a row now. The Rams are no joke. Held them to
Right.
17. The Bears have been very explosive. Shut them down.
Well, I was talking to you, but in our pre-discussion before the segment that Bill Cowher was talking about Zach Orr too, and he said that the key to the defense right now is they brought in this Alohi Gilman, and he is a safety who's extremely capable. And what does that do? That allows Kyle Hamilton to roam around. It
Yeah.
allows him to go to the line of scrimmage and make decisions. And look, his force of the grounding was maybe the
Yeah.
key play of the game.
Yeah.
All right, along with Mike Green. What a
Yeah.
big play that was. Took 4 points away from them. And why did the Bears lose the game? Couldn't get touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's becoming to be just that point that touchdowns wins games. Field goals wins the game at the end of the game. But
Yeah.
touchdowns win games when it matters.
And look, if we're going to talk about the defense, let's mention Roquan Smith
Great
and
game.
how
Great
huge it
game.
was to have him back.
Carl, why can't we stay healthy though? I mean, now I don't know about Ronnie Stanley's position for the next game, but it's almost becoming ridiculous.
Hey,
He can't get through a game, all right, without leaving the field.
the NFL.
Yeah,
The
without
NFL.
without question. But all
But
right,
boy, the
now
vibes
let's
are back. The vibes are back. This game, Thursday night, it's everything, right?
every game we play, that's one of the
Because
problems with
yeah,
my theory on the comeback right now. And if you think the Dolphins are bad, last time we went in there when they were bad, they beat the heck out of us. Okay, on a Thursday night game, I
yep,
was there. I think you were there.
yep,
It was ridiculous. We were so bad.
yeah,
And if you think the Jets are bad, look what they did, doing us a favor coming back to beat Cincinnati. Nobody's bad. It's like people saying the Ravens were bad. All right. Who wants to play the Ravens?
Look,
But
we're watching a team this year that's really competing more than anybody expected them to, New England Patriots, because they've got a great coach that makes that team play,
correct.
and they've got a weak schedule, but they're showing up every week, and they're not playing down to the competition. They're playing the way they're supposed to play, and that's exactly what the Ravens need to do. And
And they had,
we have the right coach for that. I believe we have got the right coach for that.
if you saw the locker room experience after that game, I'm sure you watched it. He had that locker room fired up. They were hugging and, really build, doing it as a team, and that's what it was. But listen, they're 2-5. They're not 4-5. It's a big difference.
Yep,
And each game, they can have two hiccups the rest of the season, and that's it.
that's
And
it.
that's not going to put them in the playoffs. That's just going to give them a chance.
That's
All
going to
right.
give them a chance if the Steelers give us a chance. I
Well,
mean,
the Steelers are coming back to earth. Okay.
that was a big loss on Sunday night for them. We needed
And they
that.
got another tough game this week against the
Indy,
Colts. And
yes,
that's one of my five games that we'll pick. But I'm just saying that uh, playing Miami is not the cakewalk. You got Tua, you got Jalen Waddles, you got Devon a chain rather, who's rushed for 539 yards.
yeah.
Okay. I don't think Henry has 539 yards.
Look, I can tell you, I did not expect Miami to blow out Atlanta, even with Cousins playing. I didn't expect that at all.
Well, they
So
were, I tell you what, they were 0 for the season, and the coach, I mean, the owners, everybody is blaming everybody. Okay. And Tua opened his mouth, which he shouldn't have done. Tua's got 1,518 yards passing this year, 15 TDs, but 10 interceptions. And look what won that game for us. So the
Wiggins,
interception by
yeah,
Wiggins, who's becoming a force.
agreed,
Okay.
agreed.
Definitely a force. And, but please don't think people say, oh, the next five games are easy. You think it's going to be easy to go to Minnesota and win, to go to Cleveland and win, to go to Miami and win? It's not, Carl, it's not going to be easy.
Not easy, but you got to stand on business. You got to go and do what you can do. They are going to be the better team each of the next 5 weeks. They are the better team. Even with Huntley playing,
Right.
we're
Well,
the better team at this point. Keaton Mitchell, God bless.
yeah, I mean, I tell you
More
though,
and more, please.
I watch him, and I think the way you have to use him is the way they have been using him, five, six, seven, 8 plays a game because he's so small. You know, he, every time he gets hit, I worry. You know what I mean? And just like I really worry about Jay Flowers. Okay, that
Yeah.
when he gets hit, but he had a heck of a game the other day. But I tell you, I was sitting, uh, I was sitting in the club, and I went with a friend of mine, so I was sitting right dead at midfield or 35-yard line, and he was finding the seams. And I know you were there with your wife in the end zone, you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was finding the seams of the passing and throwing the ball over the front behind the safeties and getting Zay Flowers on the run. He really had a good passing day. Really did.
There was just what he had one miss, one pass that he missed. I think Bateman at like the 5 yard line. He kind of
Right.
dunked it over
On
his
the
head a
run,
little bit.
on the run.
But yes, but otherwise, he that was the best game we've seen Tyler Huntley play. I mean, there's no question about it. Todd Monken was back in the saddle again. He had motion going on. They mixed it up. We saw Henry. They left him in on third and short. Finally, look, I like Justice Hill has been fantastic the last couple of years, but he's got to be third. He's got to be third in line now. It's time to get Keaton Mitchell as that, as the kind of what the lightning to the thunder of Henry. It has
Well,
to.
one thing we didn't see with Henry, and I think that the Chicago coach Ben Johnson said it afterwards, they keyed all week on stopping Henry. And give him credit. Henry did not have a great game, even though he got 2 touchdowns.
Capable though. I mean, he
Right.
kept the
But
chains moving.
He didn't have a Derrick Henry game, and Patrick Ricard was in there, but they
Yeah,
were just loading up against him. And why do you think Tyler Huntley could pass the ball? Because they had too many men in the box. All right.
yeah.
They concentrated too much on the run. Munkin knew it, Harbaugh knew it, and they took advantage of what that position
But
gives you.
but Monken still gave the ball to Henry 20 times. I mean, that's the way to do it. You stick
Yeah.
with it. And they did. They were getting 4 or 5 yards a pop. It worked out.
And I tell you what, the acquisition of DeAndre Hopkins, if we make a move, it will be because of him. I tell you, Carl, I fully expected a dump if we lost that game. When I say a dump, I think Andrews would be gone by today. Okay. And DeAndre would probably be gone by today.
If we had
Uh,
lost, you mean?
if we had
Yeah,
lost that game.
yeah.
and I think it's just would have happened. And Stanley might have been gone. Okay. In other
Yeah.
words, you got to improve, and if you're not going to make the playoffs, you know, and you're 2-6, 1-6, you were
Yeah.
done. You
Yeah.
basically were done.
Yeah.
But I doubt that they would have done it though. But they just don't want to let go of Andrews. It's like every time they think they want to get rid of him, they don't do it. And
Yeah.
there's reasons for that. All right, running out of time. Let's get to our games. Right now, we are in a dead tie, okay, at
Nice.
18 and 18. So here we go. The Bears at Cincinnati. The Bears are laying 2.5. That's a tough game to call.
Yeah, it
What do
is.
you
I mean,
think?
listen, I think the Bears are pretty good. I thought the Ravens played really well. We saw what the Bengals did against the Jets. I got to go with the Bears.
Yeah, I went with the Bears as well. I think they'll rebound. The Ravens stopped DeAndre Swift, and that's basically why they controlled that game. Uh, the Falcons laying six, getting six at New England. Are they going to have two bad games in a row?
I love the Patriots. I
Yeah.
love the way they play. I'm going with the Patriots, given the points.
Colts laying 3.5 at Pittsburgh. Okay.
I'm taking everybody against Pittsburgh at this point because I just want to will it. I want to will it to happen. So I'm taking. Listen, the Colts, boy, they're going to be the number one seed.
It's a year for Indiana. Let me tell you something, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Between football and what Maryland has to face this week and whatever. The Chiefs at Buffalo. The Chiefs lay 1.5. Who do you like in that? By the way, I like Pittsburgh in that other game. So that's our
Got
one
it.
difference
Good.
so far.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I haven't looked it up. I don't know what the stat is, but I don't know that Rashee Rice has lost more than one game when he's on the field. He might be the MVP, okay?
That's
Because
a
that
stretch.
team
That's a stretch, but
I know it is. I know I'm being facetious, but that dude doesn't lose. I'm going with the Chiefs with Rashee Rice.
I went with Buffalo. Okay, I
Good.
think that Buffalo. I think
I'm rooting
it's
for Buffalo.
it's a statement game for them. I don't think what the Chiefs do are going to affect us. If we by some miracle make the playoffs, it's going to be on the road. Just put that in your mind.
Oh, I
Okay.
already know what's going to happen. We're going to be the fourth seed. We're going to win our division. We're going to win a playoff game at home, and then we're going to Indy to beat the number one seed, and we're going to play either Buffalo or Kansas City for the AFC Championship. You heard it here first. Go ahead.
Uh, Carl, you Mr. Positivity.
You know
Okay.
it. You know it.
You're the only person I've heard has been positive about this Springsteen movie, including your wife.
I
All
was
right.
iffy about it. Yeah, I know. You got to be a fan.
You got to be more than a fan. I
You
think you have to
do.
be
You do.
obsessed. All right,
Yeah.
and you are.
True. I'm obsessed.
All right, the Cards getting 2.5 at Dallas.
Ooh,
Dallas has wavered a little bit.
yeah.
What do you like?
Uh, I'm going to take the points
You're going to go with the
and the
Cards.
Cardinals. Yeah.
All right, I'm staying with the Cowboys, so we do have a little difference here. Let's go to the college games I picked. And here's a tough one. Penn State getting 20.5. Now, I know they've had a bad year, but they're still Penn State. They still have a defense,
I know they
and
have
they're
talent.
at Ohio
I
State.
know.
What do you think?
This is their first game with the interim coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with Penn State to,
Yeah,
to
I think the
show up.
team, I think they'll rise up, at least make it close.
I mean, listen, rising up in this case means they lose by 20. So
Well,
I'm
who
picking Penn
knows?
State.
Vanderbilt getting 1.5 at Texas. Texas has been a up and down team. What do you think? And
Oh,
Arch Manning could be out, but you know what? I'm sure Texas has a good backup.
yeah,
Okay,
I do too, but I'm taking Vandy. I'm
okay,
taking Vandy.
I can see that, and I did as well. And finally, USC laying 6.5 at Nebraska. All right, what do you think?
Oh, Nebraska's getting the points?
Yo, yeah.
I'm in. I'm taking
USC,
Nebraska at home.
USC. I agree with you. I think that these West Coast teams coming east has been problematic for the West Coast teams. They
I
really have been. They're not used to it yet, and I don't know what time that game is. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. But when you have a West Coast team coming to a more eastern
for like a noon kickoff,
for a
that's
new
tough.
kid, it's not fair.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
playing at 9 in the morning.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. But
and
even at 7 p.m., I'm taking Nebraska with the points.
I agree with you. I think that I don't know though. USC has been pretty good. But Carl, that's it for today. Real
It goes so
quick,
fast, Bruce. It runs
it
so
does go
fast.
fast. Real quick, we talked about Springsteen. I'm going to tell you right now, I am very, very happy, okay, with the new manager of the Orioles. That's my teaser for the next segment. He's a fundamental guy. How many times do we talk about it? And I think he's going to help turn us around. Okay,
I,
but we'll
I, I believe in the Orioles front office. I really do. I do. I think they're smart. I think they know what they're doing. I'm comfortable. I don't know anything about this guy, but I do know that he was a very in-demand choice. Other teams wanted him too. So I'm glad we got him.
We'll find out. Carl, thanks so much for coming on. We'll be back in a few minutes here with segment 3 of Saiontz Kirk Terp Talk this Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Back in a few.